Hello, and welcome to another snapshot review. This one was very important, and I have a little bit of spare time, so I'm recording this. So, we are in a pure 1.20 snapshot, and if you look at the Create World screen, which, you know what, how about let's jump back in time, and then we'll come back, and you'll see what I mean. Alright, so we're here on the Create World screen, and if I click Experiments, you will not see the 1.20 feature button, which means that this one is for only 1.20, so everything in this snapshot is 1.20 features. Ah, you're back. Okay, so, seeing as this snapshot is purely 120, let's just get started. There's two major updates to Skulk Sensors. Alright, so the first feature that we'll be going over is with Skulk Sensors. And so I have a Skulk Sensor right next to Amethyst, and I have that about 7 blocks. So from the Amethyst to the next Skulk Sensor, 7 blocks. It's about that long for the distance, and if I walk, you heard a new sound from the Amethyst block, so I'll walk again. And then you also will notice that the lamp all the way over there is lighting up. So it's traveling through Amethyst. So you redstone people, I'm sure this is very interesting and intriguing to you, because this is now wireless redstone. So the next thing with Skulk Sensors is this calibrated Skulk Sensor. So if I grab some redstone and just place down, okay, we're turning these off. No. Alright, we're gonna have that there. So if we just drag this across to there, you'll see that there's this little amethyst piece, and the redstone goes into it, and if I walk around, it's actually not picking up my footsteps. It's listening to a power level of 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So it's looking for a signal strength of 9, which I don't remember what all of them are because I don't use Skulk Sensors, like, at all. So those of you who know Skulk Sensors, basically you can just put it up to 15 with this one, and you craft it. That important thing, you can craft this, and you craft this calibrated Skulk Sensor by grabbing a Skulk Sensor, and you'll need 3 amethyst shards just like that, and you get yourself a calibrated Skulk Sensor. And that was like the major part of the changes to Skulk Sensors. I think there was also like a new, like certain things got moved around with like what gives off a certain frequency, but that's less important to what we just were shown. Now we're going to go into Archaeology, and we're going to find a cold ocean ruin real quick, and you, while exploring in here, might find a new block. Let's see if we can find it. Right here. Yeah, right here. So this is the new suspicious gravel block. So when you're exploring these ruins, and it'll be in cold and warm ocean ruins, you will find this suspicious gravel block, which has exactly the same properties as the suspicious sand. So if I grab a brush and I hold it, you will notice that I'm getting stuff. And here we have a pottery shard, and that is a new one, and we will get to this. in just a minute. Let's see. In warm ocean 1, you can find suspicious sand, of course, and it's right here, in fact. And you can also get, if I'm lucky, which, nope, that's coal. If you're lucky, you can find a sniffer egg in one of these blocks, but it doesn't look like it for this specific one. But you can find a sniffer egg. What's that? Is that? Oh, that's it right there. So this right here is the sniffer egg, and we'll talk about this one really quick. So I'm grabbing moss on purpose. So if you put it down on just any block, just any old block like that, it'll take 20-ish minutes, but if you put it on moss, it'll take more like 10 minutes. So finding moss is pretty important if you want some sniffers. Alright, since we were talking about the sniffer, we're going to jump to like seed drops that it has. Alright, so we have the sniffer, and he sniffs out seeds, as we all know. But now there's a new one, which is the pitcher pod, which he can sniff out. Ooh. Looks like he's sniffing for one right now. Here he goes. There's the little animation. We'll see if he gets a pitcher pod or not. No, just torch flower seeds, which we did cover last time. But we have the pitcher pod, and if I grab some bone meal really quick and just bone meal this, it'll jump up to one of the random stages. Actually, when I saw a video on this, it just went up to the final stage, which is this one, which then you can get the pitcher plant, which will look like that after you pick it up and place it down. And it has the variated thing here too, so it's like the torch flower seeds now, because I think that was changed, so it is varied like the torch flower and bamboo and all that kind of stuff. Going back to like suspicious gravel, sand, etc., there's a new structure that you can find, and that is the trail ruins. So let's go to this one right here. And let's go into spectator mode. And it's right above us. So if we go up to the top, go back into creative. So from the surface, you'll find something like this, and so you can dig down, and if you have your brush on you, you can search these, and there's a huge amount of items that you can get from these as well, so keep that in mind. There's like a bunch of junk that you can get. I don't remember what that one is. Oh, this is actually really good. This is a new armor smithing template, so you can find I think 4 armor trims, and they all look like this one, like basically similar pattern, except like the inside is slightly different. But you can go down, explore these, and as you get lower, the dull terracotta will start becoming glazed somehow, and then you'll come into the bricks, and once you hit about cobblestone here, right there, that's signifying that you're at the end. But then it'll also branch out into other directions, like this way, and I think this way it'll branch out a little bit too. So it branches out, it's fairly large, and it's a great way to find 4 armor trims, which we will get to in a little bit. You can also find multiple more pottery shards just in general, and 16, a whole 16 were added. So if we look for pottery, there's a whole lot more than there were before, and so you can find these in all sorts of different places all over the world. Now we'll go into armor trims. Alright, so we have the 5 new armor trims, and these 4 right behind me that are more of like the dirt kind of look. These you get from the ruins that we were just at, and they do look actually pretty decent. And let's look at them from the back, just so that you get kind of a full 360 view. And then you'll see here, this one is the silence one, which you get from the ancient cities. And this one is like the most unique one of all of them, and that is because, well, it's the opposite way. So it's basically, instead of having more of the like iron, it's got more of the material for the color instead, which I think is kind of cool. So there's that. And then over here we have the Dune armor trim, which was changed. I believe this is Dune. Yeah, Dune was changed slightly because this was what Dune looked like before, and so it was changed slightly. And then this is the Sentry armor trim, and so it basically took that one, and I also believe one of the, I believe this, the Sentry's old look is now on the Shaper. Is that this one? Shaper. Okay, so this was the old Sentry look, and now it's the Shaper one. But yeah, now there's a whole lot more, and there's been a couple changes with these two specifically. So now let's go into, I think, the last thing of this one, which would be signs, which is, honestly, I thought part of this thing with the signs was already in the game, but apparently not. So I'm gonna grab myself a sign, and it doesn't matter, it will apply to all signs. I'll even show it with the hanging sign, but if I place down a sign and just write hello with a smiley face, and then I come over to the other side and I right click it, you'll see that I have the edit sign message, and I'll put I don't know, cats are cool. And you'll see that there's text on this side and on this side. So now signs have text on both sides. And honestly, I thought before you had the like editing feature that this one has, so it'll even work with these signs. So I'll put hi, come over to the other side, and put hi as well, and so it's got text on both sides. Honestly, I thought you could just right click to edit it, but apparently not. And another thing with the signs is if I grab some wax, no, not wax, what's it called, honeycomb? Yeah, honeycomb, that's what I meant. Let's grab a dye, doesn't matter what dye. So we'll just dye it red and wax it, and then if I grab a glow ink sac and try glowing it, it's not actually going to do it, and it waxes both sides too, so as you can see, this side is just black and this side is just red, and I'm trying to glow both sides and it's not working. And then if I were to do it over here, it's the same thing with dyes. So there's that. And another thing I'm actually noticing here too with the double sided signs is that one side, whatever side it was that you added, like the ink sac or the dye, that gets the property, but the other side doesn't, which I think that's a good thing. I wouldn't say that that's a bad thing, because I'm sure someone would want like one color on one side, one color on the other. So that it's fine by me. It doesn't matter to me. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the really big and important stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I may not see you guys next week with another one of these. Bye!